Good morning, guys. It's Sonia. How are you this morning? How's your day going so far? You guys up early today? Rise and shine. It's morning time. Today is a back home in Newfoundland, we would call this like a gray, foggy day. Okay. It's just really, really overcast, foggy, misty, very dull out right now. How about where you guys are? How about where you guys are watching from? So, YouTube is letting you know right now that I am on live, and I'm going to talk with you guys about today the magic, the power, the powerful selling tool that we have within Facebook Live when we utilize the pinned post option. Sandy says, good morning, calling for huge storms in Ontario. Are you getting snow or is it more rain? Lisa says, same here. Maggie, sun in the sunshine. Hi, Bridget. Dreary there in Maryland. Maybe a lot of us are having just one of those overcast kind of mornings today. Hi, Shonda. Hey, Jocelyn. Well, I know what your weather's like. Hey, Brenda. Good morning. So I was sitting here this morning, and you know how yesterday you asked me one of my favorite books, like positivity, like get it done kind of books. And I pulled this book out, and this morning I was sitting here and I picked it up because I haven't read it probably for a good, maybe like year and a half, I guess it's been or so. And so I was sitting here just starting to read it again. And one of the things, when I used to read books, because I'm a book lover, I'd be very, very careful with them. And I would always just keep them nice and like mint condition and put them back on the shelf. And one thing that I've started doing the last couple of years is giving myself permission to really, really indulge in the book, really just dwell and think about the sentences that I'm reading and study it and do things like, mark it up and write things that I think about or like epiphanies that I have, or if I like a certain quote or anything like that. And I was just going back through this book, and it's interesting because I'm like seeing all the stuff that I have highlighted, and my eyes were drawn to some things. And I'm like, I should reread this book again because it was that good, right? Is one of those pep talks to yourself. We could all use a pep talk. And then it made me think, maybe as part of the group in here, because maybe you like books too, if you guys are interested, we could do a book of the month, and we could have take one day a week to talk about our book. That way I'd give you a week to read a little bit, and then we could talk about what we learned from it or something that really stood out in us. Like every week we map out how many chapters we try to get accomplished, fit it in. And then we have our morning meetup. Maybe one day could be devoted to that book that we're doing. Let me know if that sounds good, if that's a yes for you guys. And, we could do like a book business positivity study kind of day. And we could all chit chat about what we liked or, what we gathered, or did you read that part? Or, we all have different takes and stuff like that on books when we read it. But this was one of the things that I circle, and I really like this book. Maybe we'll just start with this one because I can reread it again. But she says in here, it's just under a title of Appreciate How Special You Are. And I'm going to read this to you guys this morning. And this is the kind of stuff that, as hard as business can be, when you keep yourself focused and you remind yourself that you have enough, that you are enough, that this is all laid out for things to work for you. You just have to pick it up and you have to go forward. She says, there will never be anyone exactly like you. You were given special gifts and talents to share with the world. And even though everybody has special gifts and talents, nobody will use theirs quite the same way that you do. You have a special way of being in the world and a perspective that is unique to you. You are the only one who thinks your thoughts the way you think them, right? Isn't that true? When you're married, you really know how your brain operates differently from somebody else. Or you spend a lot of time with somebody, they'll tell you. You have created your own unique reality, and you are living your life according to your own unique path. You are the only you that will ever be. Think about that. You are the only you that will ever be. You are kind of a big deal. And I thought that's just such good perspective when we're out there, and it's easy to get those feelings of competition and look at other people going, well, look at them. I'm not as good as that. I'm not as good as them. It doesn't mean you can't learn if that's something you want to master. But at the same time, it's good to know that you are the only you that's out there, right? It's hard for people who want to be you. They can only try to be you for so long, and then it gets exhausting, right? if you start your business off just being you and showing people who you truly are, it gets easier to do business because that's one less thing that you've got to pretend, right? You're just you. You just show up and you just do the thing. It gets a whole lot easier. And from the point of oversaturation, nobody else can be you, right? You got your own spin on stuff. We all would do. Listen, if we all did a live in here, or we all talk, we're going to read a book, right? And we're all going to talk about it, and we'll all get different things from it. And each one of you guys could do a live video and talk about the book and whatever we're going to read, and we would probably all have different spins, and they would all be really interesting to listen to because we have our own takes on stuff, right? That's right, Sandy. You are a big deal. Shauna says, great idea. It's in my cart. Well, I was thinking about this because I like fresh starts. I am somebody that likes a fresh new month. Or a fresh new year. That gets me personally excited. I don't know. I love the idea of just freshening, a fresh new start. And I look at right now, and it's February the 26th. We're about to go into a fresh new month. And I thought, this is a good time. If we're going to start a book club, how about we start one for the month of March? And then we have a fresh new month to start it. So if you guys are into it, do you want to go ahead and do this book for the month? It's pretty amazing. All right. It's the You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. Tapping into who you truly are. All right. Who you truly are, not watering yourself down, not filtering yourself down, but instead of being hard on yourself and, talking to yourself and all the mind chatter that we have to ourselves, it's just a good reminder that you can do this. So it's a New York Times bestseller, 2 million copies sold, and the author is named Jen Sincero. So why don't we do that? All right. So yes, this book is on Amazon. You can look it up on eBay. I mean, you can look around at your local thrift stores, wherever you want to get it, or if you're a member at a bookstore, reach out, and why don't we do that? That will be our book of the month, and I'll post it in the community tab for the month of March. Candy says, I think of every day as a new beginning. That is true. That is exactly true, right? It's a fresh new start. Listen, if today starts to go south, it's not your life. It's just the day, right? Or something within the day. But the moment you go to bed, there is something to be said about sleeping on it, isn't it? It's like a way for your body to regenerate itself. And you wake up in the morning and it's a fresh new day, a fresh new cup of coffee, and a fresh new start. Oh, Lisa says, awesome idea. She says, got to see if Amazon has it on CD. You know what? And you also made me think as well that there's audio. I'm pretty sure that one's on. Does anybody in here do Audible? Good morning. Does anybody in here do Audible? I used to do that a while back, and I find now I prefer to hold a book again, but I went through a phase where I really enjoyed it. That saying is, it's a brand new day that's never been touched. A fresh new day. I do. I get excited with new opportunities, right? Something fresh about it. Oh, Chris does Audible. Very nice. Well, she'll be able to tell us if it's on Audible. Excuse me. So I'm just waking up, getting into the day. What are you guys working on today? I thought I'd talk with you about doing pinned posts during lives. Sometimes I even forget about this feature. And the moments I go, oh, I should have did that. And I completely forgot, right? But don't ever beat yourself up if you know there's something that you should have did and should have done, should have did. And then time passes and you're like, gosh, darn it, I didn't do it. It's okay. There's always the next time. There's always the fresh new start, right? Knowledge is power. But when you're going live, have you ever been on a live? Just so you know what I'm talking about, you're going on a live and normally, so I'm here going live. The comments like this right now is flowing underneath it. But you're on a Facebook Live and there's a post that stays right below me right here. And a lot of times it'll have a link into it. And it looks like it has a little push pin and it's pushing it in like virtually. It's a pinned post. Has anybody ever experimented with that before? And why do you think that would be good, right? I don't think YouTube, if that's what you're asking, has the pin post ability. But I know that, but I definitely know that Facebook does. So when you're going on Facebook Live, this is definitely something to consider. So you're going live and that pin, how does it get up there? Well, Jocelyn says, I've never seen that when I'm doing lives. Well, it doesn't, unless you do something, it won't trigger it up there. It'll just look like a normal live. And a lot of people don't realize that when you're going live, and if only you as the admin can do this and see this, okay? So, or somebody else that you've made an admin, this is where when it's nice that if you have a second device or if you have somebody else that's an admin on your page that can help you, you can have them do this. But like if I was going live right now and this was Facebook, what I could do is if I have a second device, or I could type right into it as well, is I would go ahead and type in a comment myself. Now the pin post appears only at the moment that you pin it up. You can't change it after your live is ended. And it only starts to appear at the moment that on the live that you actually pinned it, okay? So sometimes, you know, you'll remember later in your live and you go, oh, I should have pinned that post, and you put it up and it only sticks there. It only appears there at that point. It's just something to get used to. So when you are going live, you pin it up as soon as you go live, right? And that way it's there. And then when people rewatch the video, whatever you pinned, whatever announcement you want it to make, if there's somebody somewhere where you want people to go and visit, excuse me, like for example, this week we did a pre-order sale on our the Champagne Poly Metallic. If I wanted to, while I'm going live and I'm talking about that, and I'm like, oh, Sonia, that's right, you got to tell your people this, that it's coming back here in the next like week or two, that I could write that out, I could pin it, and then you don't have to remember to say it multiple times over and over again. Whatever it is, you know how we talk about action steps in here, and yeah, when we talk about action steps in here and about picking something that you, whatever it is, right? Not overwhelming. Like my topic today is about pinning a post on Facebook, right? So my action step, my takeaway for you guys today is so you can just focus on that one thing, right? That's the most important takeaway. When you're going live, what is your subject matter? What is your action? What is it that you want people to take away, right? Pick one thing, even while you're working on a project or whatever it is that you're doing in your business. And you can type in the comment. And then what happens is after you type in the comment and you hit enter, yes, you can comment on your own lives. So you comment, all right, and then it hits into the feed. You're going to go, oh my goodness. You're going to go off to the side of your comment, and you're going to see if you hover over it and click it, it'll give you a little, what looks like that little thumbtack. And if you hit it, it will just put that comment right at the top. So even as, oh my goodness, I am so froggy this morning. Allergies. So even as the comments are rolling, your comment goes to the top and stays there and doesn't leave. Now, what's really cool is a lot of people don't realize that you can take down a pin post and you can put up a new one, which means that if you're doing, like, for example, a live sale or something like that, you can change out your pin post as you go. And if you have somebody working with you, let's say, for example, you're using your Facebook page to do a live sale and you've got an assistant or something like that, you can say, oh my gosh, okay, here's the link to each one of those. As I go through, then would you put that one up for me, right? And switch it around. And what happens is that way that comment doesn't get lost. And when people are just joining, they immediately see whatever it is that you want them to see. It could be text, it could be links, it could be, hey, my book's on sale, my ebook that I just wrote. It could be anything. I just wrote a new blog, go check it out. I'm going to link to a product right here that I'm talking about, anything like that. Nanette says, I use pin posts on a regular page when registration deadlines are approaching. Yes. Are you talking about on the live video? We talked about in here about how to pin it to the top of your page. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean in a live video? Because it can work either way, right? Go back and listen to that chat if you missed that one, by the way, like why and how to pin to the top of your page on Facebook. But I'm today talking about specifically in a live video. The live video is going on like right now. So for example, if this was Facebook Live, I could say, okay, guys, the name of the book, all right, because you guys might want to ask a couple times, or if I only said it once really quickly and then I turned away from the screen and I couldn't see your comments, I could go right now into my comment section and I could type in the book is called blah, 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 hit enter, go into my comment, click it. It'll give me the pin option and I click it. And then as I'm going on, it stays below my video while I'm talking, which is pretty amazing. Like I said, if your attention is turned to something else, if you don't want to keep repeating it over and over again, and also people like shortcuts, they don't want to dig around. So if I say to them something like, you know, the whatever I'm using, or whatever I'm featuring tonight, this mug right here, okay, this is what I'm featuring tonight, and this is what I'm using tonight. If you want, or you want to get the same color or whatever it might be, I could link that down. Now, obviously, much like I tell you that, things that you feature on your page, make sure that you really think about how they directly affect you and your bottom line. And is this going to help you, right? So try to think about things that you can feature and that you can pin that has a direct link to your business as a whole. So for example, my website is jungmonkeypaint.com. I could be going live, and then let's say, for example, I'm painting that magazine rack that I painted yesterday. People will message me and they'll say, what color was that again that you used? I really like that color. So while I'm going live, I could write the color I'm using is mermaid tail. This is my link right here if you want to grab it. And then I post it and then I pin it. And as people come on, they immediately go, oh, she's using mermaid tail, right? So you can use that in whatever powerful way you want, but some people don't realize that it's there to do that. And sometimes we forget. So I got to do a better job at that, because a lot of times I just jump on live and go. But if you want to maximize the power, use your pin post. Good morning, Stacy. Champagne poly just sounds delicious. Oh, a little bit. Who doesn't need a little bling bling and shimmer in their life? Nice. Jan says, I use it all the time when I can remember to grab the link. True story. And it doesn't have to be a link. It can be whatever you want it to be, right? Chris says, I've seen people use those and wondered how it works. Yeah. So let's say, for example, let's use some more examples. Okay. So now I talk about in here, what I'm sharing with you, again, works for any sort of business that you're in, whatever it is that you're doing. You just fill in the blank with whatever you want to promote, right? So I'm going live over here. And let's say, for example, I'm promoting a paint class that I'm having locally at a storefront, or a seminar that I'm doing, or, get tickets, or sign up here, anything like that, or learn more here. For those of you who do custom services and you created a website, well, this is another beautiful benefit of having your own website, your own, let's call it a landing page, your own place where they can go check it out. When you have a website, right, you know how, if you looked above right now, I have a link to this video that's appearing across the top of my video, right? On every web page you go, there's a link at the top that you can grab it. When you have your own website, your pages that you creates your own links. So you could have a page dedicated to whatever it is that you want to grow in your business, whatever your arm of revenue or product, service, solution is. Let's say, for example, you're doing custom paint jobs for people. Remember how we talked about before, creating a page where, what you can do is you can then send people to that page on your website, and it has all the information, and you don't always have to say it. Sometimes you might forget it. You can word it just right and have it there. And then when people ask, you can share it with them. It saves you a lot of time. And when you're doing a pin post, you're painting something, and you can say, guys, listen, if you're local, this is what I do. If you love what you see me doing right here in my studio, then I just want you to know that I make myself available to do a custom furniture for people. So I'd be happy to do this look on something that you have. And I pinned a post right here below. So if you want to get more information on how that works, if that's something you're interested in, just click it. It's right here, and it'll take you right to my website where I spill all the beans on how that works, right? And so you're going live and people are seeing that. And remember, people will watch you live and they'll never comment just because they're just not commenting people. There are people watching right now that are just not the type of people that really want to write out a comment for whatever reason, and they're watching. But if you pinned a link, then they can do that silently. They can click it and follow it, check it out themselves, and then they might message you, right, on that page and say, so if you're interested, make sure you email me. So when you have all the parts going down, and especially a beautiful website, you can pin that to be whatever you want it to be to lead to your website with more of an announcement, more than you can fit into a pin post, right? And really fill it out, because that pin post, is just usually a basic sentence. Don't overwhelm, just put a basic sentence or two in there. And then whatever it leads to explains the bigger picture, and maybe with pictures and things like that, right? Jan says, I don't know why I didn't think about using a pin post other than for links. Yeah, absolutely. It can be whatever you want it to be, which is amazing, right? Sometimes it's just more information and you want to get the word out there. Pam says, I'm confused. I just need to understand grabbing a link. So do you mean, so grabbing a link? All right. So no matter what page that I go to, all right, basically, if you're trying to lead somebody to somewhere on the internet, you know that it has a web address up top. If I wanted to lead somebody to Google, I would tell them to type in www.google.com. All right. Remember how when we talked in here that your Facebook page has a link at the top, right? We went into the settings and we changed it from a bunch of numbers, and we talked about how to go into the settings and change it into a name. So if I were to give you my Facebook page right now, it will be www.facebook.com/Junk Monkey Paint Company, would take you right there. If you haven't customized your link yet, go back and listen to the chat that we did that earlier on in January. So you know, put that anywhere you want. My website is junkmonkeypaint.com. If I created a pin on Pinterest, it creates its own link at the top. If I have my own website and I created a website myself and I have a section devoted to products, right? When you're creating a website, you actually get to name whatever your page is, right? In Wix and Shopify, whatever you want. And then it creates that little browser address at the top. Does that make sense? That right there is could be the web address to anything. It could be on a site that you want people to steer people to, or on your blog, whatever it is. Do you understand that part? What I'm saying is when you do a pin post, you write a comment out with a link of your choice, the web address of your choice, something that you want people to go to, you can pin that to the top so that they see it and so that they're taking action and it's right there and they can go check it out, right? Tell me if that makes sense, Pam. If not, I'll talk a little bit more. Jocelyn said, wouldn't it be weird to start typing a comment during your own live? Well, that's why it's nice if you have somebody else with you, ideally. But if you have something already, like, for example, say, for example, if I said to you guys right now, I'm going to pop on real quick and I'm going to pin for you at the top right here, the link to that page that I'm talking about. You can do it as well. Just, you're not going to be here for 5 minutes doing it while the live is going on. Okay. So I would pop in and I would go, oh, you guys are asking for the name of that book. It is called You Are a Bad, oh, maybe I shouldn't say the word on here. You are a good girl. Okay. You are a good girl. And then there you go. And so now you're going to see my comment, right? It only takes a couple seconds to do it. I'm going to help you guys out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to comment it. But remember, on Facebook, I'm going to get a pinned post. Let me see if I can do it on here. Let's see here. No, I don't want to remove myself. So I just tested it. YouTube doesn't have the pin post. It gives me the option to get rid of myself. So we're not going to do that. All right. But yeah, that's all you would do. But if you have, obviously, it's nice if you have a second device to do this on or a second person with you to do it. Whoever's the admin is able to do it. All right. So I could jump in here real quick and go, yeah, so that you like that color that I'm using, mermaid tail. Let me give you a link real quick. If you guys just go here, you'll be able to grab it. There you go. You'll see it posted down below, right? That's not hard to do. You guys can do that. That's quick, right? Easy peasy. All you're going to do now is you're just going to go, all right, let me pin it to the top for you guys. Click the button, like literally click the button, boom, it appears to the top. And you're done. That's it. Pam says, got it. Thanks. Needs more coffee. Too funny. So yeah, it's a great thing to do, but you want to do it at the very beginning of your Facebook Live. And that way it stays up there and you're good to go and have it prepared. You know, you could already have something saved in your browser. You know how before you go live, you can pull up the notes section of your Facebook, the notes section of your phone, or, you know, on a Word pad, type it out real fast. You know, you highlight it and you hit copy and you're ready to paste it. Well, as soon as you go live, be like, hey guys, real quick, I'm going to add a post here so you guys can see it. Right click, save, enter, and post to the top and keep going. You don't have to dream up whatever it is that you want to say while you're going live. You already have that prepared. So it's very seamless and it happens really, really fast, right? Yep. Sandy says, great idea to paste it, especially if it's something longer. And it's not just as simple as typing in junkmonkeypaint.com, right? So if you want to write a sentence to it, do it before. That's the planning part of it before you go live. And then way to go. So in my notes on my phone, does anybody use the note section on your phone? It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. I have a ton of notes that goes for miles on my phone. And I have stuff saved in there, like my my links and stuff like that. So when I'm about to go live, if I really wanted to use a link, I can grab it really, really fast. But get that ready to go in. And no, today when I go live, I'm going to do a pin post. I'm going to, well, try it out, right? And do it. Cool. Does anybody have any questions on how to use your pin post while you're going live? The power, the magic, it's like they're seeing you do something and there's a statement below that says, get yours here now. All right. So whatever I'm doing right here now, if this is my show right now, and I'm telling you guys that this mug is amazing and it's in line with my business. I do need more coffee, and I'm drinking from my mug, and I'm telling you guys that, yeah, absolutely. And we're having our chit chat, and I'm saying, if you like this mug, the link's right there. Go grab one. That only takes a second. That could go wherever you want it to go. And somebody buys a mug while you're still going live, and they come back onto you, right? See, look at this. Jan just ordered a book from Amazon. It'll be here tomorrow. See, Jan clicked the link while we were going live, and she got it done, right? And came back. Pam says, light bulb, put links in the notes. Yes. Now, if you have an easy website, you can remember that's easy, right? If a short, sweet website name is always a good thing that people can remember. But your notes section is so important because you can put it in there, you can think about it, and you can just throw it up on the screen when you're going. Lisa says as well, she says, I would copy it before I start it and paste it right away when I start it. Yes, especially if you're not a fast typer or something like that. Lisa just got hers on Audible, and I'll type in for you guys as well, just so you have the name if you have to. This is the name of the author right here that I just typed in. So if you do that and you are you're a badass, okay? That's what it's called. I just won't type it out because YouTube might be like, what is this girl talking about on here? Chris says, I have an old group page that I practice things in. I'm going to try this today. No one can see this but me and my daughter. Yeah. And honestly, if you're going live, you can just say to people, it's real life, right? It's real life. If you just say to people, guys, we're going live. This is the project today. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about this, so I'm going to help you guys out and pin a post. Bear with me. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pop in this link here. Give me 1 second. You're going to hear me clicking on the keyboard as I do this, but I think it's going to help you guys out. All right. Tell me if you guys can see that. I just posted that. Can you see the link below? So this is a color, or this is whatever. This is the book that we're going to be talking about today. And I just linked it for you below. And then you just move on, right? People will, if you're doing something to only help people and you say that to them, I'm going to help you guys out. And let me just pin something here. Bear with me. This is my first time trying this. If this works out, it's going to be a good thing for all of us, because if you need to get one of these, the link where to get it is going to show up right below, right? What is wrong with telling people that? You're a human. You are a human, all right? Just keep it moving. Nice. So Lisa's going to listen on Audible. Sandy says, that is a great idea why people are popping in. Yep, absolutely. So if I go live today, if I fit in a live today in my day today, I will do it while I'm on my live, and you guys can see how I use it, right? Watch that. Absolutely. Cool. So yeah, let's do that book of the month for this month coming up. And we will go ahead and every week. So what I'll do when I'm done here is I'll carve out how many chapters are in the book, how many weeks we have in the month of March, and then we can do reading and it's good when you start reading, man. How many of you guys are like, you love to read, but you just feel like you haven't gotten back to it in a while, or listening? It's just so good. When you're, I don't know, you feel like you conquer books and you're just gaining good information, right? Knowledge is power. But we'll do that for all you book lovers out there. And if you're somebody that doesn't want to read the book, that's okay, because it'll just be a motivational chat, because we're all going to read motivational books, right? You love the idea of a book club for business. All right, let's do it. Cool. Well, I will see you guys again tomorrow. It's 8:33 here in Pennsylvania, and I got a lot to do today, and I know you do too. So focus on something on your business, something that you can do to move it forward today. If you go live, practice with the pin post and get your book so we can get started for the 1st of March. Cool. You are so welcome, Susan. I'm glad you're here. I hope your day is awesome. Small budget, big dreams. Thank you back. And Debbie's sending me some hearts. Oh, I appreciate that. Debbie says create. Absolutely. Every day, do something creative. Doing something creative is so good for the brain, for the soul. Sometimes just organizing the kitchen drawer, okay? Creating a nice nice space where things don't feel like it's all over the map. So you create in your own way today, all right? Whatever it is that you need to do. You're welcome. Marie says, have a great day, everybody. Lisa says, thank you. Have a most awesome day. Look at all those hearts and bananas. Yep, you make it what it is, right? So get something done today that you've been putting off, that you've been procrastinating on. Just do it. You will feel so much better probably about a half an hour in. If you can get yourself to start that thing that you have been putting off, I promise you, if you just do it and you just make yourself start to do the actions, once you start to do it, you'll feel a little bit better, right? So go get it. Go get something done that you know that you need to start doing. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. As always, I would love it if you give this video a heart, a thumbs up. It keeps our community alive and well and growing and thriving. And if you have a moment to share the video as well, I always say that if you have somebody in your life that would be good in this group, that they need some positivity, they need some encouragement, it's a free group. It doesn't cost anything. Just come in and hang out with us in the morning. A great way to start your day, to network, to meet other fine and fabulous creative people and beings that are out there doing the same thing as all of us. Just, a good positive space where everybody gets what we're trying to do in here. So be sure to share the video. There's 3 little dots up above or even down below the video. Pick it and click it, pick it and click it, and do it. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Mom's on here. She says, so true words. Have a great day. Yep, you make it what it is, right? So I'm planning to make it great. I hope you guys are as well. See ya. Bye.